So today I'm going to be playing my Troll Rogue on the Shadowlands pre-patch. Generally, I do these things on stream and then I pull the VOD over to YouTube. I'm not doing it this time. This video was pre-recorded, and I think going forward, I'm going to use this format. The reason being is because my life doesn't exactly permit me to adhere to a regular schedule for streaming. And streaming is something that I've thought about, but when I've actually executed it, it seems a little awkward for me because I'm not really one for the spotlight, and doing things live and interacting with the few viewers I have is sort of something new for me, and I have to ease my way in to do that. So I think I'm gonna still stream, but it's not gonna happen for a bit. And if I do, I will let you guys know. And whether that's gonna be on Twitch or on YouTube, I still have to do some research. But it is something I want to do in the future. But for now, I think for the sake of getting content out and getting videos uploaded regularly, I think that this format is going to work the best. I'm hoping to get, maybe 2 or 3 uploads a week. Maybe 2, maybe 1 retail and 1 classic, because I want to bounce back between them. Because I like both games. And I think it's a good time to play Shadowlands because it's still Battle for Azeroth, but since it's the pre-patch, I want to sort of highlight and highlight the new leveling experience and the level squish, because I think it's quite interesting and it's quite good. So I want to kind of just level a new character that I'm not really familiar with, i.e. Rogue, and we'll see where we go from there. And if you must ask, yes, that is a sock on my microphone. I don't have a proper a pop filter or anything like that, so my P's were really coming through and clipping the audio. So hopefully, if you guys can get past the sock on the microphone, I think this will work out just fine. So without any further ado, let's just jump right in and pick up where we left off. So we are in Warsong Hold in the Borean Tundra in Northrend. I decided to, since we can choose our adventure now in the new pre-patch, Chromie will basically phase you into a different version of the world depending on what story and what narrative you want to follow. So I chose Wrath of the Lich King because it's been a while since I've properly leveled through Wrath of the Lich King. So we're going to just see how this goes. I'm very excited. We did a couple quests here in Warsong Hold. We killed a couple Nerubians, freed some peons from the webs. We destroyed some sinkholes. So we're going to just pick up where we left off, and it looks like we're going to be heading west, and then we have a couple quests here that are scattered amongst the map. And yeah, let's just get right ahead in here. And let's see. Let's first off by picking up this quest. I think it's above us. Nope, it's right here. It's actually for Halloween. Candy buckets like this are located in inns throughout the realms. Go ahead, take some. So it's for Hollows, and I'm sure that you could probably turn these in for some sort of reward. I haven't really looked into that, but it's that time of year. Okay. I guess I gotta head out. Let me mount up here. Oh, no. So I really like the new character customizations. As you can see here, I made my troll kind of like a sand troll. I really like that look. And I threw this transmog together with the very few items I have, leather items I have, and quite frankly, I actually really enjoy it. It's simple. Just kind of kill this guy real quick. So I've never actually played a rogue past level 20. It's just one of those characters or classes I never really got into, but as I'm seeing right now, I'm really enjoying everything about the class, the animations, the abilities. It just seems like a really fun class. I'm excited to keep gaining abilities and seeing what the class has to offer. I am a longtime paladin main. I've been playing since Burning Crusade, and that's sort of the character I've played the longest, and I alternate between a couple different alts. I have a shaman that I really enjoy. I have a mage I really enjoy. And then I just got a druid up and a monk up. but those two classes are, you know, a little awkward for me. I'm not a huge fan of them. They were fun to level up, but I don't know. I can't really see myself doing endgame stuff with them. This is it. Hellscream sent a single troll boy. If I still had a jaw, it would be on the floor right now. According to Luther's notes, the Scourge is now using this place as a breeding ground for those monsters you see lumbering across the field. Those monsters were once orcs. Taran. We need more information before a plan can be devised. I want you to investigate 3 sites that are heavily trafficked by Scourge. The Warsong Granary, southwest of us, Torp's Farm, directly west of us, and the old Warsong Slaughterhouse, north of us. Return to me once you've scouted them out. Just look at them. My beautiful Kodos are helpless to defend themselves against those filthy swine. I need you to buy me some time, troll. I think I can cure the Kodo of the sickness, but you need to help. You need to keep the unliving swine off of them, else there will be nothing left to cure. The soldiers that didn't kill are being held in cages scattered across this farmland. Though some thievery, we've managed to find a few keys, but we're unable to get close enough to any prisoners without being attacked. We need your talents in securing those keys and freeing the prisoners. Bash in the brains of the Necrolords and Aberrations and take their keys. Use those keys to free Scourge prisoners. So I think it's kind of interesting, you know, this is back in Wrath of the Lich King, and they're talking about Necrolords, and now we have the Necrolords Covenant in the Shadowlands expansion. I mean, it might be a stretch to say that they're related. Like maybe if Blizzard, I need the Scourge keys for that. If Blizzard intentionally did that, it's hard to say. Might have just been an inevitable thing to happen, but I think it's quite interesting. If it had any sort of connection with it, we'll see. I mean, it would all kind of make sense, right? Because it's all Scourge and undead stuff. Got a pretty... Oh, swine flu. That's just great. So, I need to kill some swine. I need to get keys off of the Necrolords to open the cages, and... Oh, and I just set to scout these flags here. There we go. Just gonna follow this way here. I really like how we can self-heal with this Crimson Vial. It just sort of makes sense with a rogue. I think sometimes, like, a lot of DPS classes, they find ways to heal themselves. It doesn't really make a lot of sense, like Hunters, how they can... I forget what the spell is, but they can heal themselves. Doesn't really make a lot of sense. But with this, you know, you think of rogues with poisons and concoctions. They're sort of like alchemists in a way, and it's sort of interesting how they tied that spell in with the class. I think that works really well with the fantasy of it all. Alright, so I got a couple keys here. So I found myself, I'm not really using Slice and Dice much. It spends combo points to increase attack speed. I haven't really been using that much. I'm sure I'll use it a lot in dungeons and things like that, but right now I haven't really found a reason to use it. Just because I'm sort of just questing, not really killing a whole lot of enemies in a row. But this eviscerate ability is really nice. When you get those 5 combo points stacked up, it feels really good. And these Necrolords don't really drop these cages very often, or drop these keys very often.
Rise, my soldiers! Rise and fight once more!
I think it's the Necrolords that are dropping them. doesn't really say when I click over them. Sharpened bone. I don't know what that does. Yeah, I mean, I think that they drop it. Bash in the brains of the Necrolords and aberration. Oh, aberrations too. Okay, that works. Alright, here's a couple possible keys I can get here. Try to use slice and dice to see how this works. Oh, I can definitely tell that boost in speed. Very nice. So I was really happy to hear about the introduction of the level squish. I'm a big fan of small numbers because that's what I really liked about earlier versions of the game. The numbers weren't outrageous. As you can see here, like I'm hitting like for 15 damage, 24 on my ability. I really like the lower numbers you can comprehend, and as they get larger, you can sort of see yourself get stronger, rather than when numbers were in the thousands and the tens of thousands. You really couldn't. They were very arbitrary. You really didn't see yourself getting more powerful because the numbers were so large. At some point, you don't really see a difference, I feel like. You know, granted, crits still feel really good no matter what. But for me, I like the smaller numbers, and I also like this new leveling system they put in place, because I was always really upset when I came to like a certain expansion. For example, this one, Wrath of the Lich King. I was always so bummed out when I had to leave because I was over leveled and I couldn't finish up one of the story threads, and I didn't have a choice. I had to leave if I wanted to continue gaining experience. But this way, I'm hoping I'll be able to get through a large portion of this expansion. I hope I can get to Grizzly Hills, because that is one of my favorite zones in the game. The music and just the landscape is amazing for me. I love that sort of outdoorsy vibe about it. I can't wait to go there. But just in general, many of the zones in Wrath of the Lich King are just very, very well done. And the storyline is obviously amazing because of Arthas and the Lich King. It's a very popular thread of WoW. I think I've got it, Troll. Take this riding snaffle, I can't even say my own name, Jakandor. You'll notice that I've placed a tiny medicine dispenser in the mouthpiece. That thing will cure the infection as soon as a Kodo bites down. Once you've cured the sick out of them, you'll need to ride them home. They'll be weak, so you'll need to gently direct them here. Bring my babies back, Jakandor. One last thing. You've got 10 minutes. That's how long the antidote will remain effective inside the snaffle. Alright, so I have to finish that one pretty quick. Each prisoner saved is one less undead aberration that we have to deal with. Jakandor, you have done a great service for the Horde. This is far worse than what was noted in Luther's journal. They've got this place covered in scourge and are infecting everything they touch. It gets worse, if you can imagine such a thing. The Scourge agent that overseeing the abduction and transformation of Horde soldiers into undead monsters is using the Northwest Farm as a spawning glade. Shadowstalker Getry has been staking out that monster for the past week and has gathered some vital information that might allow us to end this menace. Get to Getry and see if you can help him put a stop to the Scourge assembly line. You'll find Getry at the abandoned tower on the northwest border of these farms. Okay, so I gotta go grab some Kodos, these ones here that are infected. Bring them back to the farm here. Got a couple abilities here. Yep, there we go. Oh, and I know I said I generally try to get an upload on Sunday, yesterday. I did record a video, and unfortunately, me being careless, I ran out of disk space. So halfway through the video, I got an error message, and I had to go quickly clean out my hard drive. So I cleaned it up, kept doing the video, and at the end, I found out that it was corrupted. So I actually was able to retrieve the video. However, it only retrieved about like 33 minutes of it, so that was about half, and I just didn't feel like there was a point to it because I like to upload quality content for you guys because I understand. Oops, I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm rambling on here. Hold on. What's this? Kidney shot. Finishing move that stuns the target. That's interesting. So yeah, I like to get quality content up, and I really just felt pretty ashamed about that, and I didn't want to upload something that wasn't worth your time. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have to just kind of catch you guys up on my progress that I made on my paladin. It's my paladin classic leveling stream. Fortunately, I did a lot of running around because I had to go up to Stormwind and turn some quests in, and I had to actually get my professions. So a lot of it was running around. I did clear a couple of the mines and stuff, but I think that if I kind of just catch you guys up when we play, I think it's gonna be okay, and I promise I will not let that happen again. That was a big uh-oh for me. Me being in the IT field, that was not my brightest moment. It's funny because generally the things I have, I am careless about. But when it's like the property, of my company that I work for, I always make sure that everything is done an A+ job. But when at my house, it's like I get careless and sloppy because I just I do so much on my computer and I fill up the space so quickly, and I forget to clean up after myself. So I learned a lesson. This weekend I spent a lot of time cleaning up my drives and doing some disk cleanup and all that fun stuff, just so that does not happen again, because that was not good, and it was a good leveling video too, and I'll make it up to you guys, I promise. All right, I need to find another Kodo. So they're all these swines are guarding the Kodos. That's a really bad poison. Okay. 3 more. Got 5 minutes left. Easy. Yeah, quite frequently I'll talk and I'll yap and I'll forget to focus in the game, so I gotta strike a balance there. So I'm a little bit sad that Shadowlands got pushed back, but at the same time I know it's for the best. I've heard many things that the game needed work, a lot of work in the beta, so I'll trust those people that say that, because a lot of those people that are in there testing, they play this game professionally and they play a lot, so they know the ins and outs of this game. So I'll trust their word, and I'm glad they pushed it back, because now they gave us the pre-patch we can play around in. We have Classic to play around in, so there's plenty of stuff to do as we wait. I just actually got my collector's edition in the mail. Really happy about that. It was actually supposed to be for Christmas, a gift for my fiance, but she let me have it earlier, so I was really happy about that. So I've been checking out the art book. I got these. Let me see right here. These really nice pins of the different covenants. To be honest, my favorite covenant is Bastion, just because I feel like my paladin's gonna fit right in with Bastion, or Kyrian, I should say. But I'm really interested in learning about the Venthyr, because I think the Venthyr are super original to WoW. It's like nothing we've seen before. There's a couple different little threads, I think, in this expansion with sort of the vampires and things like that, but as far as a theme goes, it's like the first time they're really doubling down on that theme. So that should be really, really interesting to play through. And that cinematic, or that short series that they put out was amazing. It makes you really want to get in there and learn, and without spoiling anything, they really made the villain. I don't like the villain. I want him dead, but that's a good thing because they made him hate. They made him easy to hate, which is a very good thing in writing evil characters. So you want to give the player a reason to put them down. So I think they've done just that. You're a true hero, Jakandor. My Kodos would have died out there without you. You have my thanks, and the thanks of all the soldiers and journeymen that will use these Kodos to strengthen our presence in Northrend. See, none of this gear is actually going to be applicable to me because I have my heirlooms. Okay, so I have to go down here. I'll do that first. Magic carpet ride. So I got some rested experience, and with these new heirlooms, the bonus is if you have the whole set, you get rested experience consumed is reduced by an additional 30%. So this is going to actually last me a long time. So it's going to definitely, we're definitely going to see an increase in leveling speed here. Even though I don't have a lot to relate to because I haven't actually done the new leveling yet. So far it seems pretty smooth. Pretty happy about that. I ran this character through the Exile's Reach. You can watch that video on my channel. I did that as a stream VOD. Really fun experience. Got to level 10, takes you 1 to 10. You get to Orgrimmar, you get your mount, they show you a couple things, and you're off, and you're set up, and you're ready to go. So I think it's a really smooth experience. No mercy for the dead. None of them had the guts to stay behind to defend our glorious tanks after Hellscream deemed the coast condemned. It's mostly quiet here, seeing as how the Scourge are forming up ranks to assault Warsong Hold. Sometimes I get a stray zombie or ghoul, but they don't last very long. We need to get those tanks back and running. They ain't gonna fix themselves. Mobu's gonna be the one to handle that stuff. Talk to him and see what he needs. Maybe you can shut him up before he finally drives me into a berserker frenzy and cleave his little gnome-sized frame in two. I hate gnomes. Across the mist to the north, you will find Garrosh's Landing. To the south are the ruins of my old home, Pelea. Both have been ransacked by an ancient force known as the Cavaldir. These fearsome savages slew all of my people without mercy and drove your people inland. All that remains of the Tuscarora Pelea are our personal effects taken as relics from the Cavaldir. While we are not a vengeful race, justice must be served. The Tuscarora relics must be returned to me. Enter the mists and find them. Oh, got another one for me. A Cavaldir lieutenant known as Erebus directed the initial incursion against my people at Pelea. He oversaw the destruction of both villages and then disappeared into the mists. In those early days, there was talk of a horn that Oribos is the new neutral city in Shadowlands, Oribos gifted to the Cavaldir Mistweavers. This horn could be used to summon him should the need arise. We need to get that horn from the Cavaldir Mistweavers and call forth Oribos. If he is destroyed, these savages might retreat. Seek out Mistweavers of Pelea to the south. You're the new tank driver, buddy. Fine by me. We just need to get these things up and running. Yeah, you gotta go out into the plains of Nassam without a tank and you're as good as dead. These wrenches are useless, buddy. I need my pneumatic tank transjigamarig to get these things up and running. Unfortunately, I left it at my old digs on the other side of this landing. It's the beat-down hut down next to the stables. You're gonna have to go and get it for me, because I sure as hellfire am not going to go anywhere near the mist. Oh yeah, buddy, watch out for the mist. The mist is what tore up these shores. I need metal to patch these tanks up. Super strong metal plates can be found scattered across, or about all across Garrosh's Landing at the bottom of the bay. Just be careful when you're out there searching for plates. This mist is, aggressive. The mist is what took out the landing in the adjoining Tuscarora town. Oh, get back here. Poor little Tuscarora. Okay. 1 second. Alrighty here. Let's get this quest in this little hut here. Interrupt that. I think this is an escort quest, if I remember correctly. Mutu the Younger. I can hear the mist creatures outside. Their yells are driving me mad, but I dare not try to escape. And where would I even go? How long would it be until they caught up with me and executed me like the others? I wonder how far has the mist crept, stranger? Has it overtaken this whole continent? Would you be willing to help me and try to escape the mist? I think I can lead us back toward my father. I still sense his spirit. He is close. Okay, yeah. Hopefully she's not slow as molasses. Because generally with these escort quests, they're so slow. And I remember back when these escort quests, when you engaged in combat, they'd run towards the mob and help you kill it. But when they were done, they returned to the last spot they were walking. And it was the most frustrating thing ever. Because sometimes they'd walk really far back. And then also they they walked so slow. It was unbelievable. So I know now when you do escort quests, the NPC, they walk the same speed you're walking. So like if you mount up, generally they'll mount up too, which is really nice. You can't really fail an escort quest anymore unless they die. Have you heard of the Tonka? They're supposedly related to Tarn in some way. Can you imagine such a thing? Yeah, the Tonka are really cool. I wish that Blizzard was making them a playable race. Or like a sub-race of Tauren. I think that'd be really cool. So cold. Try to pick up some of these scraps while I'm here. The mist is death, senseless, without compassion. Bring him over here so I don't lose her. I don't want to get too far away. I remember when I first saw these mobs, I was like, oh my gosh, am I even playing the same game? They look so good. Now it's like, this is just the standard of WoW now. It's the Cavaldi are this sort of model. All the humans kind of look like that now. Especially, you know, they made a big comeback in Legion. We saw a lot of these types of NPCs. I see a break in the mist up ahead. We're getting closer. You know how we'll overcome the mist? If you walk faster. You would think that she'd like be running for her life, you know? She's really that scared. And I mean, she's got a pretty able-bodied rogue next to her. I mean, just take a look at those daggers. I obviously can handle a couple Cavaldir. Oh, there we go. Oh, now you're running. Okay. It is whispered in the winds, friend. Your name is known to the elements. You have done a great service to Mutu on this day, and you shall be rewarded. Thank you, but I really can't make any use of them. But it's the thought that counts. I appreciate that. Alright, let's go finish this stuff up. I like these ships, they're really nice. Interrupt that. Ding. What's this? Ooh, pick lock. I like that. I've never gotten that. I've never gotten to do that before, except with my one blacksmith. I was able to pick locks. Rogues do have a lot of really cool abilities and like utility that really make them stand out from a lot of classes. I do like that a lot. I mean, I'm sort of sad that I never played Rogue. It's actually quite interesting. I'm really enjoying it. So I need to go up there and get the pneumatic tank transjimigrig, or whatever they want to call it. Goblins always have to make things so freaking complicated to say. And I need a horn of the ancient mariner. I think the Mistweavers dropped that. Or the Mist Lords. Okay. I could go over there now. Should I? No, I think he's up there. I'm not going to do that. So this would be nice if I had some AoE here. I don't know how much AoE rogues get. And they get like Fan of Blades or something like that, if I remember correctly. There's a Mistweaver. Yeah, this is the nice little tabard they gave me, and this little horde tabard they gave me at the end of Exile's Reach. There's a relic. Oh, maybe they drop the relics. And what drops the... Let me look at this up real quick. Yeah, Mistweavers. They drop it. But I think the Mist Lords drop the relics. Yeah, there we go. 2 Mist Lords here. Mist Lord. Let me gather them up. There's some Mistweavers. One of these 3 Mistweavers have to drop it. I have a good feeling. Three more relics. So, if I have 5 combo points, and then these award 2 combo points each, I'm always going to be losing out on 1, because if there's 5 and there's 6 here, so I'm assuming I build them up to 4 and then just use Eviscerate, because I'm getting a pretty good amount of damage out of that. I'm assuming the rotation is you build up your combo points to 4, and then you use Slice and Dice, and then you start mutilating or eviscerating. I'm not sure. I gotta do a little research. I generally try not to do a lot of research at first, because I like to learn the class before I start to like really focus on like the very granular strategies. I generally look at like Icy Veins or something like that for strategies. Alright, one more relic. Still need that Horn of Winter, or Horn of the Ancient Mariner. Drop rate's not so good on these guys. Okay. Let's find... I hear a couple Mistweavers over here. Here's hoping they drop what I need. So usually I would record these types of things at night. A little bit before I go to bed, but today it's actually 10 o'clock a.m. currently. I go into work late today, so I'm going to try to get this recorded and uploaded today before work, just to make up for the upload I missed out on Sunday, and try to stick to a coherent schedule. There we go. Because I think the older you get, the more important having things tied to a schedule are. Because life becomes really unpredictable really fast. And not bad unpredictable. All good things. I actually like the unpredictability of some things in life. Makes it interesting. Keeps you on your toes. So, but you know, I do a lot of WoW playing when I'm not making the videos too. So I have, I find time for that. I have a bunch of buddies in my Discord. The one Discord I manage, and we're getting ready for Shadowlands, and we like to play together too. So scheduling these types of things is really important, I think. Did you find the PTT? Thank you for making it an acronym, because I don't like saying that word. Great work, buddy. Now, where'd I put those spare parts? Remember, the mist is bad. Yeah, I learned about that. Great work, buddy. Now, where'd I put that pneumatic tank Jigamerig? Thanks for all your help, buddy. You can let Gorge know the tanks are ready for action. Hopefully you can clean up this place once and for all. With the current state of our transports and shipping lanes, we haven't been able to get a damn siege engine to Warsong. These tanks are all that we have left from the original expedition. Now that they're operational, you're going to use them to stomp the Scourge offensive at the plains of Nassam. Once you're ready, jump into one of the tanks and drive it out to the plains of Nassam, southeast of here. Use the tank's weapon arsenal to take down the Scourge army. If you get in a jam, the meat pounder will tear him up, and the landmines will finish him off. Of course, it's called that. If you find any of our other soldiers, grab them. One last thing, fuel tanks can be found all over the field. That's convenient. Try to get close enough to that structure in the center and see what's going on. If you do all this and live, go to Hellscream. By blood and honor you must serve. Return the Tusker relics. Ruin. That is all they leave in their wake. They must be taught a lesson. Tuskar magic is similar to what your people call shamanism. While we serve the elements differently than you, the power that we are able to call forth is formidable. With the Tusker torch, I want you to return to the mist and strike at the Cavaldir vessels. You will find 3 of the vessels docked behind the mist at Garrosh's Landing, north of here, and 1 docked off the shores of Pelea to the south. Burn their ships in effigy, for all to see. Find the horn of the ancient mariner. You must call Erebus using the horn of the ancient mariner. Take the horn and travel west to the Warsong Jetty. Make your way to the end of the jetty and blow into the horn. The sound should rouse Erebus. Slay the foul beast and return to me. Okay. Kind of stinks that once you have heirlooms, like, quest rewards don't really mean a lot. Which kind of stinks, but it is what it is, right? So I gotta burn these cool Viking ships. He's pissed. He is not happy with me. I think I might just I might just use this 3 times, even though it's gaining 6 out of the 5. Just because it just does a lot of damage, so. Oh. Alrighty. Let's go over here. I have to go out here to kill Erebus. Yeah, these guys are not happy about me burning their ships. I mean, I can't really blame him. He probably built that. Probably took him like a month, a couple months. Alright. Oh, there's one over here I missed. Just gonna let him lose aggro. It didn't have a... Oh, it's all the way down here. I was going to say it didn't have a quest marker, but it's all the way down here. Alright, well, I'm going to hit this real quick. Oh, I forgot to have a mount. Forgot, I mean, you get mounts at level 10 now. I'm not used to that. Then again, I'm not used to being level 14 in the Northrend. But here we are. Yeah, you can't beat the classic Raptor mount. Okay, let's call him up. The helmsman comes for you. Also, I noticed the walking, like the running backwards animation is different than it used to be. Like you actually run backwards rather than kind of walk. Small little detail. I mean, it could have always been that way, but it seems different to me. Crewman, show this Anthem the Cavalier. I assure you, sir, I am not an ant. A child has found a new toy. Crewman, take this infant's toy away. Now you face Orbus, fool. Alright, well, come at me. I'm not scared of you. Use my cooldown here. Not like I need it or anything. Okay. Go over here real quick. It's also weird not being able to fly in Northrend, because generally when I come through this expansion, I have flying. But honestly, that would make it a little bit too easy. Oh, I dinged off of discovering Palea. Alright, so that's done. Let me turn these in, and then I gotta go do this quest here. I remember this one. This one's fun. Come on. There we go. Yeah, I gotta hop in one of these tanks. Let me turn these quests in real quick. Oh, I got talents. Awesome. Master Poisoner. Increases the damage done. And that's another thing. I didn't even apply my poison. Way to go. Way to go. I am a Master Rogue. Master Poisoner. Increases the damage done by your weapon poisons by 30% and their non-damaging effects by 20%. That's pretty good. Your finishing move grants 10% increased damage done for 4 seconds. Also pretty good. Blindsight. Mutilate has a 20% chance to make your next ambush free and usable without stealth. Chance increased to 40% of the target is under 35% health. Generally those like pretty complicated talents I generally don't pick, but I think I'm gonna go with Master Poisoner. It sounds pretty good as long as I keep my poisons up, which I failed to do last time. A show of resistance to the Cavaldir savages might be what is needed to save my people at the other encampments. Perhaps the Cavaldir will rethink their actions should they believe that retribution will come. It seems that the loss of their lieutenant has only stirred the nest. They are more angry and aggressive than before. You've done what you can here, friend. At the very least, you can deserve some form of compensation for thinning their numbers. Alright. Oh, I need to pick a reward, whichever sells more. A fellow survivor, Pelea, known as Karuk, has made way to the main base of Cavaldir in the Borean Tundra, far to the south, where the snow has once been bountiful. Karuk hides along the bluffs overlooking Riplash Strand. Seek out Karuk and let him know what you did for my people here at the Coast of Echoes. The safest route to Karuk is through your fortress. From Warsong Hold, take the road south and follow it around until you reach Riplash Sand. Oh. Okay, I think I'm going to stop here because the video is going a little long. I think level 15 is a good stopping point. We got our talents, and we'll pick up next time. So I appreciate you guys watching, and expect a new video, probably classic, being up later this week. I appreciate it. Have a good one.